what you know, another goddamn sequel show. Oh, what you know, another goddamn sequel show. La da 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 la da 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 da
All right, I've already started recording.
Dude, these literally look like... These look moldy, but they're not. This is just what they're supposed to look like.
Moldy mud butt.
Yeah, look at them. Does that not look like a moldy fucking Chex mix?
Chex Mix?
Yeah.
Is that a singular Chex Mix?
Yeah. Chex Mix.
Chex Mix?
Are those basically the puppy chow stuff they would always have in high school?
Except for that it's cookies and cream flavored.
What?
Yeah, bro. I'm going to chew right into the microphone the whole episode.
It's your podcast, bro. You can
Sick.
fuck it up if you
It's
want.
not my podcast.
You would beg to differ if I ever said anything else about it.
Not my idea. I'm just here for the ride. So what you guys up to?
Not much.
I'm going to actually stop chewing now. So what's up with your job? Were you disarming a bomb?
No, I was
You were at a level 2.
Security level 2. Threat level midnight.
Well, it's just it was just fucked up because I was just supposed to do an upgrade. It was supposed to run by itself. That
What
kind of thing.
upgrade?
We have to upgrade our systems every once in a while.
What systems?
Our bank systems. We have.
Is
we
it just
have,
like it's like when you update your phone, you just push a button and then you walk
That's
away?
what's supposed to happen. Yeah, it's supposed to be
great.
something like that, but it just didn't work, and it's probably because we're one of the first ones on the new upgrade. So it's like we're basically testing the waters.
Great. That's always fun.
So
That sounds great. It sounds like so much fun.
because right after all the shit happened that night, the next day there's like 2 new like documents that were released on the bank website and stuff like that about like how to properly handle the upgrade and stuff like
Maybe
that.
they should have given you that before you fucked it up.
Well, that stuff, they weren't aware of the things that needed to be done. It's like things happened during my upgrade, and they're like, okay, we'll have to make notes for other banks in the future that they have to do this and that we have to do this beforehand. So I was a guinea pig. So
Let me let the audience know why this is coming up on the podcast. We were supposed to record this a few days ago, but then we get messages from Mike. He's like, "We're at level 2. I can't leave work.
I
And
was
then
so mad.
forgot there's some teenagers out in the parking
There's
lot.
people at the parking lot."
It wasn't teenagers. It was a lot of grown men and women.
Well, teenagers are more terrifying because they're
Agreed.
scary.
Well,
You can't fight a teenager.
people have literally
so-
been shot and killed in my parking lot.
Hell yes.
I mean, people have been stabbed to death right across the street
Yeah,
from where we're at
so
right
it's
now.
like- it's a similar kind of situation, except at that point it was 9 p.m. There's a big sign on the front door that says financing of my building, and it was pitch black out except for the 5 cars, headlights, and the bunch of people standing outside in the parking lot. And I was like, great. I'm going to have to walk out into that and get into my car out of a big business building that says
So what you're
financing
really
on it.
trying to say is the reason you missed the podcast is not because of an upgrade, because you were afraid to leave the building.
No, I by the time I was going to leave at
You're like-
10:30,
you're like-
they were gone.
You're like, I'm gonna tell them that it's a level 2. They'll understand. But really, you just didn't want to leave and get your ass kicked by.
Well, I can tell you one thing. If I had to leave in that, I would have probably like called someone, and I would have been like,
we could just leave though.
You would have been fine.
I probably would have been fine, but it's just that kind of thing where, people have literally been drug out of their
Fine.
cars and beaten in my parking lot before.
It's awesome.
It's awesome
Where the
to watch.
hell?
How do I?
I work off of Rockton Avenue, but the thing is
Jesus,
it's not on
okay.
any main street either. It's like behind a Cricket store, and
No,
so it's like,
no,
how do
everything.
I? How do I get a job there?
You just apply.
I would like
yeah,
to.
you have to apply, bro.
I would like to get beaten and robbed. And
Well,
potentially murdered.
If that's your goal, you don't have to get a job for that.
I mean,
You
that's
can-
true, I
You
guess,
can literally just go somewhere and stand and wait for about 18 hours, and sometime within that span,
don't
you'll
think-
probably
I
get
I mean,
mugged.
like 10 minutes probably.
I don't think people get robbed if they look like they're wanting to get robbed.
I mean, who looks like they want to get robbed?
Yeah.
Me, if I go stand somewhere wanting to get robbed and beaten to death.
Hey, everybody.
Also, getting robbed is not my main objective. I want someone to kill me. That's where
Oh.
we're going with this.
Well, I mean, you could do a lot more easier
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, then that's just walking up and insulting people you really shouldn't insult. You will totally get
Just
killed
like
for that.
run into the police station with a gun.
That would work too.
Jesus, watch your mouth.
What?
What?
Watch
That's
your
how you
mouth.
get. That's how you would Do you want to die or not, Dave?
Actually, they would just arrest you,
I
though.
would never. Yeah, they would because I'm white.
Yeah.
If I were not white, I would be dead blocks before
Yeah.
I even got to the police station.
You could pretend that you're Muslim. That might work.
I guess I could. I have a beard.
Yeah, you could walk in, yell, Allah Akbar!
But it's not dark enough.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
some white Muslims that blow stuff up.
Yeah, man.
No, I meant their hair is usually really thick, like darker, though. It's usually very...
Yeah, but there are white people that are Muslim.
Oh, yeah, I got what
You
you're saying.
fucking racist, dude. What? Only brown people can be Muslim?
Su-
Brian over here doesn't think women are funny, thinks all Muslims are brown.
Yeah, suicidal Muslims come in all colors.
Yeah, you fucking
It's
idiot.
fine. When did you get that fucking Ramones tape? What is that?
I got that up north.
Oh,
I like the Phantom Menace Deluxe
Yeah,
Edition.
that's great.
I got that too.
Yeah.
It's got a film strip piece
Yeah,
in
there's
it.
a film strip in it
Yeah, I saw it was
from the film.
yeah.
It's great. Did you bring back my rad yet?
No, I
motherfucker?
didn't.
Where the fuck is it?
It's in my house.
Can I have it, please?
I mean, you can.
Can I please get it back?
You'll get it back when I give it back.
Why are you not done with it?
Because I haven't done anything with it yet. I put
my
it by
God,
my
dude.
computer to scan it in.
You
and
are
then
my
I just,
worst nightmare.
I just haven't done it yet. Look,
My
I
worst
work a
fucking
full-time job.
Oh, because
now.
I don't. I
Yeah,
don't.
I'm just
Brian.
saying, like, I have the same amount of time as everyone else now. Instead
Mom,
of
Dad,
having...
stop fighting.
If you still worked part time, you still would not have done it. Don't bullshit me.
Yeah, I'm not saying
I
that.
know
I'm just
you,
telling
man.
you that also...
I think you're more active now that you have a full time job.
Like, I have to be.
Yeah.
I don't have time to fucking dilly-dally.
Before it'd just be like, I would never get rad back. Not because you took it from me, just because you would never do the thing that you wanted to do.
Yeah, now I don't have any time. I'm like, well, I gotta do it.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
I'm working on it. I don't fucking understand
Fuck
how to
you.
use Photoshop and shit, so I'm trying to figure everything out.
It's pretty easy.
Google it.
Open it.
Well, no, just like I can't get the sizing shit right.
You just
I'm
type
wasting
it in, dude.
I'm wasting all my sticker sheets on the thing not printing them correctly, and it's pissing me off.
You just Google the sizes, and then you type them into Photoshop.
Well, it has a template. It comes with a template, and I put
so
them.
I don't see the problem here.
The problem is that I use a template and I put the words in between the lines, and then it still prints them wrong.
That sounds like a you problem.
It does not sound like a me problem.
I'd recommend using just plain paper until you get it right, so you stop
But
wasting
how do I
sticker
know
sheets.
how do I know where the lines are on the plain paper?
Like trace it, like
Yeah.
just like make roughly like where the things would be on the paper on a regular. Fuck you, dude. I'm David.
I'm Mike.
And Brian,
We're back.
And Kyle.
We're back for more.
Kyle
Kyle
doesn't
is,
exist.
You know what? I'm just never going to mention it again.
I
'Cause
mean,
it's like
it's
at this
just, I
point,
just
it's
think
like
it's
half
funny.
and half.
I just think it's funny that he messaged us in the group and he's like, "What time are you potting?" And like, dumbass me, I was like, "Oh, maybe he's gonna make it." He's like, "No, I gotta use the equipment for something else. I'll bring it back so you guys can podcast with it." Okay, bro.
I feel like it's not even a thing to mention anymore.
No, it's not. I mean,
Unfortunately.
he's just like not on the podcast.
Yeah.
looking for a fourth member.
Yeah, looking for a fourth member. Must be fat.
Beard recommended.
Beard.
You can miss some episodes, but
You
not
can
like
miss
a lot.
Not 75% of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked your episode from last week. There was a lack of funny, but you know that's just because I was gone.
Yeah, you know, you can't
But-
get it all in there.
No.
We all provide our own little
We
thing.
got any damn sequel news? Anybody got anything in particular?
Well, hell, I know you got a
I got
bunch,
some.
man. You've
I
been
got
sharing it,
some.
and I've been pumped for all this
I
shit.
don't remember any of them.
Okay, well the first one is James Cameron plans to reinvent Terminator
Oh,
with
yeah.
a new trilogy.
Sounds good.
I mean, I guess, but like, why can't you just make a new movie, man?
Yeah, I don't care.
It
Why
has
does
to be a trilogy.
everything with him is just he's got to do the biggest shit? Is that all gonna be in 3D now? Is that what I don't
I don't even know. Yeah, like this motherfucker still hasn't made Avatar 2.
Yeah,
and it's
what
like,
the fuck?
Granted, this guy like makes one movie a decade or something at this point, but I mean, it does. You're right. It doesn't have to be the biggest goddamn thing in the world.
No, just like
make
make
a fucking-
movies. If you want to make a
fucking
movie, make a movie. Don't like make this giant statement with everything that you try to fucking make.
Or like the thing that was like he signed off on 3 as a favor to Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
like, get the
what?
fuck out of here.
yeah, what the fuck?
You signed off on it, and then you're like, oh, that wasn't good. Which I haven't seen it yet. But he was like, oh, it wasn't good. I didn't do that on purpose. Fuck him.
Fuck him. I don't like him.
But keep making good movies.
Yeah,
'cause
I mean,
I
I'll
never
still
saw
go see
Avatar.
stuff he makes.
I never saw Avatar. I don't care.
I've seen parts of it and it didn't look very cool. So
It was all
I
right.
don't-
I liked it.
You would, bitch.
I'm basically the Jordan of the podcast now, where it's like, oh yeah, I thought it
Yeah,
was pretty
pretty
good.
much,
It's pretty cool.
pretty
Yeah, it
much.
was all right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge James Cameron fan. I mean, obviously he's made like some
I
classics.
can't think of
but,
anything besides Terminator.
Aliens,
Okay, I like that.
Titanic.
I never saw it.
The
Jesus
Abyss.
Christ, how do you never?
I
how do
never
you
saw
not
it.
see Titanic?
I've never seen Titanic.
Yeah, how have you not ever seen Titanic?
I mean, I
saw
see
it
it
4 times.
I
When
see
it
it
came
Jeez
in the store
Louise.
all the time.
out. I was really into the Titanic for some reason.
I've never seen
Like
it.
not even the movie. I was like into the thing.
The Thing.
The
Like
Thing.
James
Titanic.
Cameron was.
Yeah, basically.
It's a strange thing to be into.
I don't know. I knew a lot of kids that were my age at that time that were like
That's
really
weird.
into.
The Titanic.
Like you realize I was like 7.
Yeah,
when
I'm
that
just
came out,
saying. It's like weird. Why aren't you into like dinosaurs and shit?
because they're not real.
Touche.
The
And
Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat. And
Yeah.
they never existed.
Maybe they fell off of
2,000
it.
years.
Lava's fake.
They all just fell off of
But
it.
All I'm gonna say is lava's fake.
The bones are a
If
test of
lava
faith.
is real, then how come there are videos of people standing right next to it? They would just disintegrate.
Yeah, it's fake
if it's
lava
that
in those
hot.
videos.
If it's that hot, you would melt even being close to it.
There's nothing you can show me that will convince me otherwise.
I mean,
Literally not
look-
one thing.
Look how far from the sun we are, and that shit's hot.
Yeah.
And we're like,
exactly.
how many miles?
Yeah.
A
We're
hundred?
at least 20.
Yeah, man. At least like a couple.
Yeah.
We're a while
We're at least
away.
20 miles away
There's
from
like
the
a
sun.
whole nother Earth between us and the sun. Like that's how far away we are.
Dude, it's so fucking far. So don't tell me
Yeah,
that
fucking
there's
lava.
lava.
If the Earth was filled with it, how the hell would there be
how,
grass growing on
how
it?
is the Earth? How is the
How
Earth?
does it exist if it's just filled with lava?
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. I think we can all agree on that.
And then here's my proof that the Earth is flat.
Yeah, you caught the keys.
I caught the keys that I just threw up.
How
if
did
we
that-
were spinning, how would that be
It
possible?
wouldn't work. You know, if I'm just like walking, I can't catch my keys. How would it happen if the Earth was spinning at 1,000,000 miles an hour?
Exactly.
It wouldn't.
Exactly my point. Okay, so on to the next
Yes.
piece of sequel.
Sequel news.
M. Night Shyamalan is his Glass.
Glass, yeah.
The Unbreakable sequel is filming in a month. Was it a month? Is that what it said? Next month or something?
Was
Sometime.
the ending of Split, was that a post-credit thing, or was that literally the ending?
I think
of
it was
Split?
literally the ending.
Okay, then that's all right to me. Because
I think.
for a second
Now I
I thought
can't
it was a
remember.
post-credit thing, and I'm like, man, they're like he's branching off. Like, what if someone left? They had no idea what the
I'm
fuck.
pretty sure it was part of the movie. Now I'm second guessing myself, but I'm pretty sure that it was.
I never saw it.
At the very end,
That's
of
a
Split.
likely story from you.
I saw
okay?
Unbreakable.
Yeah. When
At
you
the
were
end
20,
of Split, we find out it's in the
Probably.
same universe. That it's like Bruce Willis
Yeah, it's
shows
the
up
same
and he's
universe.
like, "I'm unbreakable," and it's like, what?
Cool.
It's all part of the
So-
same world.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
so-
fine. Shyamalan's good.
I mean, I'm a fan for the most part.
He's
Yeah.
a 50-50 guy to me.
He's pretty good.
There's some things I love, some things I
I
hate.
just think that he gets more shit than he deserves.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree?
I'd
Because
say
people give
maybe-
him a lot of shit.
they
They
really
do, but he is kind of full of himself.
I agree with that.
That's that's fine. But he's
also
also
he's
pretty
M. Night
good.
Shyamalan,
He's
so-
like pretty good.
Like if he treated it the way like I give a lot of Uwe Boll and Eli Roth get a lot of shit too.
I mean,
But they seem to Uwe
Uwe
Boll
Boll is deservedly
yeah,
so.
he gets
Also,
it, but-
Eli Roth. Are you kidding me? He's like one of the worst filmmakers of all time, which we will get to in a second.
yeah. But is he like really full of himself? Does he think
I
he's
think
making
so.
art?
I'm pretty
Pretty
sure
sure
he
he
does.
does. Yeah.
Because that's the thing that got me about then I toss Shyamalan into that camp. It's like they may make he may make
Yeah.
good things, but it's like he's too full of himself and he makes shit also. It's like
But he
I think- I don't know.
mostly makes good stuff.
I don't know about mostly.
I literally
just
say
saying mostly.
50-50 because
Like, let's go through his movies really quick. Like,
you got Sixth
really quick.
Sense,
Sixth Sense, good.
That was
I
good.
think.
Yeah.
you got Unbreakable,
Unbreakable, good.
you got The Signs,
Good.
you got The
Sign.
Village.
Village is good.
I don't know about the Village.
I like the
don't know.
Village.
I'm half and half on it. I liked it the first time, didn't like it after that. Then we got after that we have Lady in the Water. Was that after
I
that?
think I like that.
I didn't see that.
I have it.
Then
pretty
we
sure I liked
have the elevator one,
Devil.
The Devil.
He
I
didn't
didn't.
direct
I
that,
didn't
though.
like
Okay.
that.
I
But
think he just produced it or something.
we
but
have the
still.
last Airbender movie,
Yeah, I don't know
which
anything about
I've
that.
heard nothing but terrible
I don't think
things
that
about.
counts though. That's like based off of
Yeah,
Isn't that some anime
it's not an
or some
original
shit?
idea of
Yeah.
his, but he
That
did
don't count.
I
direct
mean, he
it.
still directed
Don't
it.
count.
So.
Doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
Doesn't
Look at
count.
these
That's like
goalposts.
saying-
I can hear the goalposts shifting from here. Jesus.
Doesn't count.
So every David Fincher movie, it doesn't like that's not one of his movies.
No.
because he's never written any of his
It's
movies.
fine.
Okay.
And then we have Planet Earth, After Earth, the Will Smith.
I don't know
Movie.
anything about that either.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's
either.
made more movies than I knew.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I don't
Let's
know what
just,
the
the
Visit-
visit.
The
is
Visit.
good. The visit
Happening.
is good.
I haven't seen
Then
the
The
visit, but it looks
Happening.
good.
Looks good.
Looks good.
I know I said it
I
really
like
weird.
The Visit. A lot of people don't like it's found footage. People don't like found footage.
I love
like
found footage.
I like found footage. I think it's good.
Then you have The Happening and his most recent one, Split.
And The Visit.
Yeah.
Split is also good.
So he's like mostly pretty good.
I'd
I'd say 50-50.
I'm split on it.
Mostly pretty good.
Oh, God damn it, Dave. All right.
No, I
Sequel news.
think I would agree with Mike. He's about 50-50 probably, if I had to guess. So speaking of Bruce Willis and Eli Roth,
Oh, what? Both of
did you
them?
guys?
I'm excited for this.
Okay, so let me explain what it
Yeah.
is first before you fucking get
Kyle
excited.
briefly mentioned it on the last episode.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Well, apparently, I wasn't
You
listening
just
too hard.
threw it under there.
Bruce Willis will be starring in Eli Roth's Death Wish, which is kind of like I thought about mentioning this or not, but it's a remake. But I was like, you guys just
We
did
just did Death Wish.
But have you seen the trailer?
I have not. I didn't know there was one.
There's a trailer.
Oh shit.
It looks terrible. I mean, I will see the fuck out of
I'm gonna
it,
see it. I'm gonna see it.
but it doesn't look very good.
Bruce Willis has done a lot of shit recently.
Yeah.
Like he had like
I don't like Bruce Willis that much. I think he's
He's
great
not
in
ver-
a certain
Yeah.
type of role, but like other than that,
I think he's fallen. I think he used
Oh,
to
yeah.
do good in it, but it's like now he just kind of. I don't know if he phones it in because I haven't seen any of his most recent things, but I just get the vibe that he's now at that point where he's like, I don't fucking care, just give me my money.
why would anyone think like, oh, I'm gonna remake Death Wish? Who should I get to be in it? Bruce Willis.
Well,
Willis.
I mean, it's probably a thing like they're, when they got fucking Charles Bronson was like 50 when that came or something.
Yeah,
so
but
they were
he's
like,
like
let's
a
get
badass.
it. I agree,
Yeah.
but they were like, oh, let's
I'm
get
just
an
saying,
old
put
guy.
the two men
Who
men
else? Who
together.
Old, what's another old guy that could do it?
I don't know, man. Don't put me on the spot. Okay,
Yeah,
fuck you.
I'm just
dude.
saying, like,
There was that one revenge movie with Michael Caine as the guy that goes around
I
beating people
prefer
up. It
Michael Caine.
was actually
Bruce
pretty
Willis.
cool.
I'm just saying, I'm looking forward to it.
I will see it.
I know it won't be good.
No.
Is
It
no
will not
because
be.
I'm
It's
expecting it to be straight to DVD. Is it, or is it limited release or
it'll
something?
get a
Sure.
release.
It might get a release.
But like,
I don't know.
I mean, it's Bruce Willis and Eli Roth.
yeah, which is
But like,
I
let's
know
look at their
we've-
recent.
well, it's like
repertoire.
we've talked
Yeah,
about
but-
Eli Roth before. He's not good,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, don't
I keep
crush
I'm
my
sorry, I hit the table again.
He's
I
crushing
forgot.
my fucking muddy buddies.
Yeah,
God damn
like
it.
he's not good, but I like pretty much all of his movies, which is
I
weird.
do not. I like
I-
some of them.
I
just
know-
bought Green Inferno, by the way, for
I like it.
$1.
It's-
So that's
I like
why.
it.
Don't jump down my throat.
Hey.
I want to rewatch it, and I figured, hey, there's this deal at Family Video. I bought a bunch of movies. And I was like, fuck it, I'll put that one in there.
I like it. It's not good.
bad. It's a bad
No,
movie.
that's what I'm saying. Almost all of his movies are bad, but I don't know. I like them. They're good, not good. I don't know. Yeah, like yeah.
He's
I don't
bad.
like his
I don't know
stuff.
how else to explain
He's-
it. Like
my
I-
problem with Eli Roth is that he's been making movies for so long,
and he hasn't gotten
and
better.
he
Yeah.
hasn't gotten better at all. Like
Yeah.
it's like it'd be one thing if he got like a little bit better, and it's like okay, well that's just it's like he doesn't care or something,
Yeah.
or he like there's no way that he's that talentless. Like he just doesn't give a shit.
Because
That
what
has
was
to
some
be-
of his early stuff? He
Well, the
did the
first
Cabin
wasn't-
Fever.
that was the first one, right?
Was that
Yeah.
the first one?
I think it was his first
believe.
like bigger one, and like that.
I like that movie.
It's a great first movie.
but
c-
then
but yeah,
they're
and-
all equal quality.
Yeah, they're pretty much
throughout
just
his
that.
career.
And it's yeah.
What else has he done? What?
Did he do
Hostel.
the
Yeah,
he did.
Hostel.
Did he do all three of them? Or
I'm
just,
not sure
I think
about
he
that.
did the first two for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised
Um,
if he did all
yeah.
three.
I
mean,
remember
I like
liking
those.
them.
Yeah, they're
But like, still, it's like the same shit. It's
Yeah.
just like
they're good, not good.
grow up.
They're
Eli
like not
Roth.
very good, but they're good. I like them.
I'm gonna tell you my favorite Eli Roth movie.
Is it the clown?
No, it's Knock Knock.
Oh yeah, that's the one with Keanu Reeves. I've
Yeah.
never seen that.
Keanu
don't
Reeves
think I
is
saw that
amazing in
either.
it. So don't even talk about liking Eli Roth until you see his fucking masterpiece, Knock Knock, starring Keanu Reeves. Okay,
I mean, I watched Clown. That was good.
Clown's cool, but he
I
didn't
did like
direct that.
Oh, he didn't. He just wrote it or something.
I don't
or just
think- I don't
presented it.
I'm pretty sure he just presented
Presented
it.
it.
That's fine. Maybe he should just present movies because he
should.
presents better
He's
movies than he
way
makes.
better at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys want to talk about Eli Roth anymore? Do you want the last?
Do we have to?
No, I'm not a fan of you, Eli Roth.
But seriously, if you want to come on our podcast, we need a fourth member.
I mean,
That'd
I'm
be
like
cool.
I'm a fan of not actually I like acknowledging that you're not good, but I like you.
Yeah, whatever.
Continue making
Okay,
pretty
so-
very.
I could
okay
take you or
movies.
leave you. We got
Continue
a
making-
wide range of
yeah,
emotions
yeah,
on the
there's
podcast
all types of
for you.
emotions.
He's carrying. You know, he's making some shit that there's not a lot of people making shit.
I mean, there's a lot of people making
He kept
shit.
horror alive when it was not very good.
I don't know, man. I feel like horror has always been exactly the same amount of alive.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just like whether you like the era or not.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was a lot of like ghosts and shit for a while.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
a lot
with
of-
the
I'm not
paranormal
really into
shit.
that stuff.
I'm into some of it. Like
Yeah,
if it-
some of it is
like
good.
I'm gonna say that 90% of it scares me, even if I hate it.
Damn.
Like
mean, I just-
ghost shit freaks me. Like jump scares, it's cheap as they come. If I'm in like a theater, scares the fuck out of me.
Yep.
Even if I see it, I could see it coming
A mile
for
away.
a minute, and it's just like, ah! Dude, it still fucking freaks me the fuck
As
out.
soon as the music like stops playing and
Yeah, I'm
everything's
just like,
super quiet, and she's creaking through the steps, I'm like, it's gonna get me. I know it's gonna get me. And
It
it's
gets-
like, bah!
gets
And
me
I'm like,
every
oh
time.
god damn it!
I
son of a bitch."
I saw The Conjuring 2 when that came out last summer, and there was an old woman sitting right in front of me, and every time there was this jump scare, she like blood curdling scream, like at the top of her lungs. Like I don't know why she was in that movie, because she clearly was not having a good time.
Maybe she went to the wrong movie and it's like, well, I
Maybe
think
no, but
maybe
it was like I don't think I'm doing it justice. Like I'm saying blood curdling, but like I don't even think you guys are realizing how
maybe that's what she's into.
horrifying.
She likes being terrified.
Like this scream was scarier than the movie.
Or-
Like,
maybe she's trying to die
like honestly,
watching a movie.
She's like Dave. Dave is like
well,
trying to think of a way to
there
kill
was that
himself.
story about The Conjuring 2, right when it came out. Some guy like literally died seeing
Damn.
it.
Maybe that's what she was like. All right, here's
All
my
right,
chance.
here it is. No, but she was like I bet if I watched that movie now, I wouldn't be scared at all because her scream is not in it. It was so
You're gonna
scary.
like you're gonna remember the scream. Like
Yeah.
the person will appear on screen and you'll hear old lady's blood curdling crazy scream.
Like those type of movies, they scare the shit out of me, and I like to go see them. I don't think they're necessarily good movies, but I still like to go.
You know.
I do like the first Conjuring movie.
I haven't seen any of those.
Typical Brian response.
I'm trying to think of like ghost movie, like Innkeepers.
Innkeepers is pretty good.
I like that a
nothing
lot.
Nothing happens. In it.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Poltergeist,
Yeah, I mean that's
the classic.
I mean, like even like Paranormal Activity, like the first one scared me. I
Never
don't know.
saw
I'm
it.
sure the rest of them would too.
Isn't
I
that
just didn't
found
really see
footage?
them.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, but it's ghosts, dude.
But it's found footage. I like it.
I'm glad
That's
that
all I need to know
glad
is
that
that
I have an ally in the found footage realm. I guess you kind of like it too, don't you?
I don't like I like it as much as any other any other style.
Yeah.
It's like I hate it when there's a movie that's trying to be found footage and is stretching itself
shouldn't
so
be.
far
Yeah,
to
there's some-
get
there's
some
some
shots
bad
that aren't.
ones.
I'm like, if you're going to be
There
found
are
footage,
a lot
live
of
it.
bad ones. See, my thing with found footage is that I've like rarely do you see a good one, but like I think it's so ripe for like a good I don't know what, but
Yeah.
like I just feel like there's a lot that hasn't been done that needs to be done before it gets like shit on.
You know how much I love meta shit, and that's kind of the allure of found footage to me.
Yeah.
Is there's kind of like a meta element to it where you have to believe or understand there's someone behind the camera and they're actually participating in it. It's
Yeah.
not just the window that you watch the movie
Yeah.
through. It's an active
Have
participant
you
in it.
have you seen the Poughkeepsie tapes?
I have not.
Fuck. You need
Is
to see
that the one that leads up into the Kennedy?
No,
Oh,
I don't know what
that's
you're
something
talking
else?
about.
No.
That sounds great. Though.
Poughkeepsie tapes is like I think it's just getting an official. It's been out for a long time.
Yeah, it never got
but
an official
it never got
release.
a real release. But it's basically like the police find a box of VHS tapes inside of like an old house that it was a serial killer was living in. He filmed all this shit, but it's all they're really good. And then it cuts in. It's almost made like a documentary sort of, where it cuts into like
It's exactly
interviews
made
with
like
the
a documentary.
FBI and like they're teaching a class about it and everything. It's
I
really
watched
fucking
it
good.
a couple weeks ago, and I did not like it as much as I did the first time.
I still
but
love it.
It's like
I love
okay,
it.
it's an okay movie.
It's very
It's
good.
alright. It's all right. I'll probably buy it. When
I
it
mean,
comes out, but
the interviewed type acting is not really the best.
it's pretty bad. Actually.
But like
it's
the
pretty,
the tape stuff.
the tape stuff is pretty good.
fucking
There's some
great.
creepy ass shit.
Yeah,
But like my problem with it is like the guy teaching the class is just like, what the fuck? This would
Yeah.
never happen in real life, and I hate you, and I want to fight you right now. You look like an actor, and I want you
Yeah.
to die. Fuck you.
it's fine. I love it.
Brian loves it. Okay,
Great
so
movie.
last piece of sequel news, unless you guys got anything.
I don't.
I don't even care about this one. I just saw it.
Yeah.
And, Super
put it-
Troopers 2 is officially done.
I don't like Super Troopers.
I don't remember if I like it, but I'm pretty sure that I don't give a fuck about it.
I liked it, but I'm not as big of a Broken Lizards fan as like everyone else that sees the movies. Like, I actually like I think I like Beer Fest more than Super Troopers.
Beer Fest is pretty good.
Never seen it.
Typical Brian. How many times are you going to say that on this fucking podcast?
I don't know. Keep naming movies I haven't seen.
I
and
can
I'll
name
say it.
almost any movie, and you'll be like, I haven't seen it.
Such as
That was tight. Okay, so Brian, I need to explain. Can you stop making that fucking noise, please? So Brian has this giant pop in front of him, and there was like pop on top of the lid, and he just
So he
pulled
pulls the straw.
He pulled the straw all the way out, sucked it all up, and then stuck it back in. And now he's choking to death.
Yeah, it's Brian's fleeting memory. It's how
He's
we will
literally
remember
dying.
him. Oh, no,
Remember when this happened to
real.
me on the talking show? I
and
almost
we all
died.
just like snapped, and
I literally started wheezing.
you did this wave to say no, keep going, I'm all right, but it
Yeah.
also looked like a please help me, I'm not okay wave.
You just need to give me a minute, and then it was fine. But
And then you got mad at us. You're like, I'm fine. That was an okay, I'm okay wave.
I realized that I was like wheezing, and it looked horrible. But okay, so sequel news is done.
Sequel news is done.
What movie did we watch?
We watched the RoboCop 2.
We watched
RoboCop
the RoboCop 2. We're finally entering the RoboCop universe, which is one of my favorite universes to be in.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
What
Yeah,
happens
don't
in
hit
this
the table,
movie?
Dave.
It's like
Do
top.
This was first of all, it's who directed it? Does anybody know?
It's the guy that did Empire Strikes
Yeah,
Back.
Erwin Kirshner.
Yeah.
The guy that he knows how to make sequels. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I mean, Empire is a great fucking sequel.
Which we will never review.
No, we can't.
No, we can't do it.
We can only do the prequels.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
No, I think this might be
How
the
many-
only Irvin Kershwerv movie we can
Kershwerv?
ever review.
Kershwerv?
Why? How many was he done?
I
Besides
think
Empire?
this and Empire are the only
That's
sequels.
it? Oh, I thought
That's probably the
I
only
was just
sequels.
thinking movies in general, but
No, he's done
I
a
mean,
lot
this
of
is a
bullshit.
sequel podcast. I don't know if you know
I
that.
just wasn't thinking about that.
Brian,
We're not going to be reviewing The Lost Tribe. All right.
Brian, welcome to Back for More. This is a sequel only podcast.
It's great to be here.
So yeah, he knows. Erwin Kirshner. He knows a thing or two about making
A Tingatsu.
a thing or two about making sequels. And what happens in this one, Mike?
Well, this
The
one,
RoboCop 2.
in the RoboCop 2, we open on the classic news footage, setting up the basic story. Where
Wrong.
there's Crazy.
It starts with a commercial, and
the,
then it goes to news footage.
I'm sorry if I glance over some things here, David.
Jesus.
I mean, the Predator one took you like fucking 2 hours, so you might as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And less happened than that.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just setting up
the robe.
It's setting
The
up
robe.
the RoboCop 2.
Robocop.
It's setting up the scene where we have, here's the main bad guy, Kane, and he's doing this new drug thing. The police are on strike, and they're owned by OCP, and all this other kind of shit. And it's just basically going over the
Let me
elements of the
interject
story.
again already.
Already.
You know that scene?
No, go for it.
You know the scene of Kane like talking to the camera or whatever in this
Oh,
weird
yeah.
like cave. Did you know like that was originally in the script? He said that was supposed to be him like talking to like 30,000 extras. It was supposed to be like him like addressing all these extras. They're like, yeah, we're just gonna do this like news thing. He's like, oh, that sucks.
Well, the original
That's
script
kind of
was
the
a Frank
story
Miller
with
thing.
this movie.
Yeah.
Is what I just said.
Yeah.
That's the story with this movie. Continue.
Yeah, it was a Frank Miller thing, and they
Yep.
made him rewrite it a bunch.
We'll get to that.
There's a lot to talk about with that. And then after that news footage, we get a goddamn Rube Goldberg machine of misery as we watch, like, here's a crazy driver almost runs over an old lady. Lady gets mugged by an asshole. Asshole gets the shit beaten out of him by hookers and then robbed. And then hookers walk by a building that's exploding as people. It's like, it's ridiculous.
Life is bad in Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
That's
you
what-
ever wanted, you know how sometimes movies say like things have gotten bad, but critics complain that it never actually shows it how bad things are.
RoboCop 2
It
does it.
Yeah. Well, the cops are on strike.
Yeah.
So
There's
people
no-
just do
no
whatever the
law.
fuck they want.
There's no law. There's no law and
There's
order.
no law.
And so these guys are robbing an army store, and they're getting a whole bunch of guns and missile launchers and all kinds of crazy shit. And then a cop car shows up, and who is it?
They're like, the cops are on strike. There's no way.
Yeah, blow it up, blow up the car, and they blow it up. But still,
Dun, dun, dun,
They blow
dun.
it up like 5 times.
and RoboCop walks out, and he kicks all their asses.
He beats their fucking ass.
He like chases them down. That's what happens. It's like a couple of them run away, and he chases them down, and they run into like this drug den that has a whole bunch of like old Asian women in it and a baby as they're like making all these drugs, and he's like, everyone freeze, and he like. And he starts shooting the bad guys, and the bad guys are shooting back at him, but he doesn't want anyone to get hurt. And there's this guy that takes a baby hostage.
Yeah.
He's like, don't move, or the baby gets it.
Yeah.
Well, no, we wouldn't want that, would we?
And then he does this like sick ass shot, ricochet shot. He shoots the door.
It's got them video game bullets.
Yeah, he got them goddamn video game bullets.
It's great.
It's a great
sets
scene.
up the whole element of everything that's going on, all the characters, and then after that we get a little bit of emotional stuff with Robocop, who's like
being all creepy.
Yeah, he's like watching his old wife. Well, is it still his wife even though he died?
I don't know.
His widow?
I don't know how that works.
His widow. He's watching his widow.
Yeah. Yes.
And he's like being all creeper at her, and because he has emotions and he's still
stalking.
human.
He's stalking. He's being a
straight up
stalker.
stalking
He's
her.
being a weirdo. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
RoboCop's a goddamn weirdo.
He's a freak, man.
So OCP tells him, "You gotta cut that shit out, bro." She's like freaking out. She's not having it, and like, you don't even have a dick anymore, dude. What are you gonna do?
You don't even have a dick or balls.
Or yeah,
You got nothing.
you're basically just a face and a brain and a
You
spine.
barely have a head, man.
Yeah.
And so RoboCop's like, "No, they're right. I gotta act
And
like
then
I'm not
one of my
human."
favorite scenes in the movie happens when she comes to the police station.
Yeah.
And he goes,
Touch me.
Yeah, he goes, touched by face. And she touches it. She goes, oh, it's so cold.
And he goes,
Well, even-
"They did this to honor him."
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Your husband is dead.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know you."
Yeah, that shit is so
yeah.
good.
Then why do you stand outside my house all the time, Mr. Robocop?
Robocop.
Then we also find out OCP is like doing this thing where they are basically orchestrating the whole police strike to kind of put the city in ruins, so that way
Ruin.
they can just buy the whole city and privatize the entirety of Detroit.
Yep.
Because they basically privatize the police force, then they lower their wages, do all this bad shit to them, so that way no cops are on strike, city's in ruins. OCP then steps in as though they're the saviors to buy it back, just like a company would do. They would like get some majority shares in a stock, run it into the ground, so that way it's cheap enough for them to actually buy it out completely or something like that.
Yep. I think. I don't know what you're talking about, but
I agree.
Well, this is the story that's going on in the background, and we'll get to that too.
no, I mean I understand that it's happening in the movie. Just like I don't know anything about corporations and stuff, so I don't know what you're talking about. Continue.
Yeah. So anyway, RoboCop is one of the
RoboCop.
only cops around, other than his lady cop Lewis, who's helping him out all the time.
Which
So-
I don't understand. Like, why is she still?
Cause she's a good cop, and she's not in it for the money. She's just
It's
one
just
that does
like,
good.
I feel like you need money in order to be. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, who am I? I'm not a cop. I don't
No,
know.
you're not. Shut your mouth, David.
I'm a TV guy. What do I know? What do I know?
So RoboCop goes after Kane, who's the big drug guy, by the way, and he has a little kid
Tom Noonan,
criminal.
the shit.
The little kid criminal's Hobbs. Is it Hobbs? Is that the name of the kid?
Something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's a kid.
Little kid criminal is
He's
also
a kid
there.
with a dirty mouth.
Yeah.
Filthy kid, constantly pushing those drugs on other cops.
Yep.
And all these kinds of things.
He's an enabler.
Yeah, the worst kind of kid.
As if they're worse than they're all bad.
They're all bad.
They're all terrible.
But an enabler, potty mouth.
Goddamn podcast.
That's the bottom rung. But anyway, there's a bad cop, and RoboCop finds him out, and he basically slams his face into an arcade cabinet until he tells him where Kane is. He goes to fight Kane, but Kane has the upper hand with a giant magnet, and they start tearing apart
They
RoboCop.
rip that motherfucker up.
They shred him,
Which leads to another one of my favorite scenes is when they dump him in front of the police station.
and
or
all his
whatever.
little limbs
Yeah.
and stuff twitching.
Oh, that's so cool. It looks so cool.
So OCP rebuilds him, but they don't just rebuild him. They got this crazy lady in there that's trying to she's not necessarily building a new RoboCop. She's trying to get the brain of a new RoboCop, because it establishes that they're trying to make new RoboCops and they're fucking it up in some hilarious goddamn scenes.
Yeah.
With some new RoboCops.
Those are great.
And so she's like a psychiatrist or something like that. Psychologist.
Psychologist.
And so she's trying to figure this out, like, hey, how can we get the RoboCop guy to not freak out all the time and kill himself and everyone around him? So she messes with the original RoboCop, and she puts all these little commands in him, like, oh, be a good guy, and if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all, and always make sure to close the door when you leave,
Yeah.
and just all these ridiculous
Don't smoke.
directives.
Yep. There's
Right.
like a million awful directives.
And so it just fucks up RoboCop something fierce, and then he just kind of grabs a power station to reboot himself, and he's okay after that. So
Yep.
that
Yeah.
worked itself out.
Yeah, that was a easy solution, I guess.
It's the kind of thing where I feel like I could have not mentioned it, and we would have still
Just-
been. We
just
would have
turn
been okay.
yourself off and on again.
Yeah. Just fix yourself, bro.
But him rebooting himself kind of like pulls in the whole team. Because it's like he could have died doing that, but it's
Yeah.
like all the cops are like, "Oh my god, we should,
my God.
we need to be like RoboCop, and we need to put our lives on the line
Yep.
for what's right." And so they all join him to storm Kane's castle and bring him to justice.
Storm Kane's Castle.
Sounds like an arcade.
Yeah, it does.
Kane's Castle.
Kane's
So
Castle.
so they go in and they get Kane and they take him away, but little kid criminal and his little lady friend escape. And little kid criminal's like, "We're gonna run the stuff without Kane," and she's like, "No. We have to go back and get him. Kane will
He's
kill
like,
us."
fuck him.
No, fuck Kane. He's already dead.
Yeah, fuck
Fucking
them.
fuck. And so it turns out Kane isn't dead, though, but he's about to be.
He's about to be
Because
dead as
crazy OCP lady that's trying to build a new Robocop says, "Oh, I know the perfect
Oh my
brain to
God.
put in a giant robot killing
Let's
machine.
put a cult leader's brain into RoboCop
A
2.
drug-addicted cult leader's
Yes.
brain into a giant killing machine." Yes!
Yes.
Yes!
This makes sense. It's perfect. It's perfect.
So she does that.
That happens.
And it goes wrong somehow. Somehow things go wrong.
They go wrong.
And it goes wrong at a great time because it's when OCP is trying to show off how cool their new RoboCop is. And then it's like, it starts jonesing for some nuke.
He's like, man, I need some nuke. Damn.
I'm like a robot. I'm a brain in a jar. I need some
I
fucking
need some
drugs.
damn nuke.
And so it starts to go on like a killing spree.
How does it need nuke if it doesn't even have a body?
It has a brain though.
Yeah, but is that the only part of you that gets addicted? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the brain, man. It's like your hands don't get addicted to drugs. It's your brain that does, man.
Is it the brain?
Yeah, the brain is just our meat bodies are just basically little ships that are brain pilots.
Meat body. It's a good name for something. Band maybe, meat body.
Meat bodies.
But anyway, RoboCop beats up RoboCane.
RoboCop 2. It's called RoboCop 2.
Yeah, it's RoboCop 2.
Call it RoboCop 2.
RoboCop beats up RoboCop 2
Yes.
and saves the
correct.
day. And OCP is gonna throw Crazy Lady under the bus, and RoboCop's like, "Good," and he wins.
And the very last line of the movie is, "We're only human." Cut to black.
Bum, 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 bum. And that's RoboCop 2.
That's RoboCop 2. The movie, not the character in the movie.
Correct.
I love that there actually is a RoboCop 2 in the
And
movie RoboCop
I thought
2.
that you would like that. Like, it's interesting in this movie because like this whole, it's kind of interesting if you look at like the backstory of how this movie got made. This movie is just like they're trying to make RoboCop 2, and in the movie they're trying to make RoboCop 2. It's just a whole. I figured you would
art
like that.
reflecting reality.
Yes,
kind
exactly.
Of
It's
thing.
kind of meta. It's a little.
And also, the RoboCop 2 scene is great.
Oh yeah, with the
They,
robot
the
that
test
shoots.
one, yeah, the one
itself.
that
yeah,
shoots
the
him and the
test
other
one, yeah,
rips
yeah.
his fucking head off.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so good.
that's really cool.
I love that the guy is like wearing his arm. What's it called? An arm brace kind of thing? The sling.
Oh, yeah,
the
he's a
guy that
sling.
got shot
yeah.
was
He has
wearing
a
an
sling.
arm sling, and he like grabs it like
Yeah.
he had to come to work the day after.
Yep,
It's so good.
it's so good. So yeah, this movie is like a typical sequel. It was had a lot of problems.
It had so many problems.
Getting made, and so what? Frank Miller, he did the original script,
Yeah.
and then they were like, "The script's great," and then they showed it to the studio or whatever. They tried to make it, and they're like, "We can't do it. I don't know how. I don't know how to make it." So then rewrites, and then basically Frank Miller was rewriting as the shoot was going.
Yeah.
He was writing scenes like the night before, the same day.
And you can kind of get that vibe with like some of these plot threads that just come up and then go
Yeah,
away.
they're just like everything's kind of sporadic.
Whether it's like very early on, it had been a while since I'd seen RoboCop 2. Like I had seen it as a kid, but I hadn't seen it since. And so when it starts out, it's like it's about him, like longing for his lost life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is a good continuation of where the first one left off, where it's like he's finally remembering who he is and he's got his humanity back, kind of thing. I'm like, this is good. And then it's like it just drops that, and I'm like,
Yeah, completely.
I was like, okay, no.
I mean,
all right.
the main theme is still throughout the movie. Like the main
Yeah.
theme is like, am I human? Am I a robot? That is still present.
yeah.
But like the whole wife thing is just like there's that
Old
one
life, yeah.
that one scene. He's like,
Oh,
I'm not-
yeah.
that's it. It's just over with.
Wife's dropped. Back
Yep.
to drugs.
Yep, back to drugs.
And then we also have the overabundance of directives in his brain scene subplot thing that
Yeah.
happened for like 5-10 minutes, and I loved that. I
Yeah.
thought that would have been like half the movie onto its own, where it's like he's trying to win the day and fight crime while these things are like holding him back from doing what he actually needs to do.
I think I like almost everything that happens in this movie, but like I wish it just like meant more. If that makes sense. Like it kind of goes like it starts somewhere that I like a lot and then it just doesn't keep going.
No.
It doesn't happen after that. It's like a lot of that. That's what this movie is over and over again. It's a bunch of cool ideas.
Yeah, you got Kid Criminal, which in my opinion is a cool idea.
I think it's a cool idea. I even think it's like fairly well done. Like I think he was good. I usually don't like kid actors, but I think he was pretty good in that role.
Yeah, he just had to be a prick, and little kids are pricks.
They
so it works
are
out.
Oh
already.
my god, yeah.
Yeah, whenever a little kid tries to be a nice or curious or
Bad.
no, never works.
Because they can't be.
Make
'cause
a
they
kid
aren't.
a prick,
Perfect.
or just use them as an object to make the main character do something. That's all you need. That's what they are.
It's perfect.
There's also like the whole drug thing too, which I feel like that was. We get the idea that the drug thing is prevalent because we see the cop doing the drug, and we see Kane like having all this power because of the drug, and it ties into the ending where it's like RoboCop 2 wants the drug, but it's like I don't know. I felt like the whole drug side plot 2 thing was just a MacGuffin, just like we'll use this to kind of get these things moving.
I agree.
Yeah.
It doesn't really mean anything in
Yeah.
the long run. It doesn't have. It's just like a vehicle to get RoboCop into a room, basically.
And
Really.
and this is my biggest complaint about
Besides the
RoboCop
motorcycle.
2 is how little RoboCop there is in it, in my opinion. There's so much of this movie that is about OCP trying to do stuff, about the police force trying to do stuff, about Kane trying to do stuff, that it's like if I cut out every scene that RoboCop isn't in, it would be ridiculously short.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like that I guess that could work. It just felt strange to me since we start on RoboCop, we end on RoboCop, and it's like, in his dynamic about being human and a machine, but then all of that is like almost tertiary, not even secondary to like the main plot of like OCP trying to take over Detroit and
But
RoboCane.
I mean, sorry, excuse me.
I thought you were gonna stop there.
I've had a lot of soda
brr.
today. That's kind of how the first one is, though. I mean, he's like more involved in the story, I guess. But I mean, isn't the story about OCP? I mean,
Yeah, it's
isn't
about
that the whole
OCP
thing?
trying to set up the police force and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and privatize all of that. And he has to fight the what is it, the ED something or other?
Ed
At
209.
Yeah.
But so I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, isn't that kind of just like a RoboCop thing?
No, that's fair. It's probably similar to when people complained about Fury Road. There's not enough Mad Max, and it's not about Mad Max. It's like, well, that's what they are.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
it could just be that to me.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't know. One of my biggest complaints about this movie is how RoboCop looks.
Oh, he's all blue.
Why is he
he's blue,
purple?
bluish
Why
purple.
is
Got
he-
the blue metal
Why is he like oil slick purple looking?
instead of
They-
gunmetal gray.
I watched the commentary with what's his name? It's not the director. It was
Yeah,
like
he
what
was
the
like
head
one of
special
the-
effects
yeah,
guy. Or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
He brought it up, but I don't remember what their reason was.
I do.
Oh,
Basically, it was meant to like signify that like years have passed and he's doing well or whatever, and he got like an upgrade. Basically.
oh, okay.
And also, apparently, it was like easier to light or better to light
Probably,
or
yeah.
something. But I just don't like how it looks. I don't know. It's just a
Yeah,
personal
no,
preference.
it doesn't
for me.
look great.
It doesn't look as bad as the fucking remake, but
Yeah.
the remake is fucking horrible. Holy shit!
I've never even seen it. Didn't want to
It's
though.
not
really
good.
terrible.
It's not even like a good movie.
No, it's
Like
just
you
bad.
could be like, because I mean,
But
a
doesn't
lot
it
of-
have Michael Keaton in it?
yeah, it does. But like, a lot of the thing, it's like, okay, I love RoboCop. Clearly, I hate that. But like, even if you take that out of the picture, and you're just like, okay,
Still
I'm gonna
not
look
a
at this
good
movie
movie.
objectively. It's not good.
It's just a bad.
bad.
Movie. It's a bad movie.
It's very bad.
It's a bad RoboCop movie. It's a bad
It's an
movie.
awful RoboCop movie.
Well, I'm sorry. It's an awful RoboCop
Then it's a
movie,
bad
and then it's a
movie.
bad movie. But anyways, back to Robe 2.
Rob Cop 2.
Rob Cop
Robert
2.
Cop.
Robert Cop 2. Yeah, I don't really like how, and also it seems like his movements are like more jerky than the first
possible.
one. I don't know if that's actually true or not.
Yeah,
but, like,
I don't know.
I don't know. He just like seemed off to me. I don't know. Just like kind of seemed out of place. Like he kind of seemed out of place in this movie, which is weird because it's a RoboCop movie.
Yeah, that's the main vibe I was getting. Is I was like, this movie might actually be better if we dropped RoboCop.
Maybe, I don't know.
Like that.
But I love
But then who's
RoboCop
the
so much.
protagonist? Like who's gonna
Yeah.
not protagonist? But
Yeah, who's gonna save the day? I
Yeah.
don't know.
it can't
Judge
be
Dredd?
fucking Lewis.
Judge Dredd,
Lewis
man.
can't do it.
It's Judge Dredd.
I mean, that would have been fine.
Mike just said it.
Judge Dredd could have showed up. I would have been fine with that.
Okay, so we need to write that movie.
I think Dark Horse already did a RoboCop versus Judge Dredd comics.
Probably.
I'm sure it's happened.
You know the Frank Miller script. Sorry to just jump completely out the
It's
window
fine.
after I
It's a
mentioned comic
podcast.
books, but Frank Miller's
You would though, you fucking
original
nerd.
script got turned into like a 9 comic book
Yeah.
series.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
It's the Frank Miller stuff. Like that's
yeah.
what it.
Oh yeah, I have that. It's Last Stand.
Yeah.
I have all that crap.
Yeah.
I have to read it one of these days.
Yeah.
I've heard mixed things about
Because
it.
I don't
but
want to
it's,
take it to work. It's too nice of a book to take to work.
That's true. You work in a dirty, disgusting place. So
Can't fucking take that there.
I've heard mixed things about it, but when I'm like reading the synopsises of the issues,
synopsi.
of the issues, there was one issue where it's like the issue was RoboCop gets his brain filled with a whole new bunch of directives and has to fight them off and get rid of them before
So it's
pursuing
like
the
that
OCP.
scene, yeah.
And I was like, oh, now that would make sense in like a serialized
Yeah.
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
That's an episode.
That's what this feels like, actually. Now that you mention it,
and that's when it all started to fit into place where I'm like, this
Yeah.
feels like this could have been broken up and serialized in
Yeah.
comics or a show or something like that. And each thing given a little more room to breathe, a little more room to be set up and done, like
Yeah.
the overusing of directives, him telling the wife he's not human, all given a little more room, and then it's made into like a
human.
series 1 of a TV show or something.
Yeah. Wow.
Little good boy.
Did you know in that scene about all the fucked up directives and stuff?
Yeah.
That scene with the guy smoking the cigarette.
What
where
about him?
he like shoots around the guy smoking the cigarette.
Oh, yeah.
He did you know? I read somewhere. I don't know how true it is, but like for a while they were using that as a non-smoking promotion, like in non-smoking theaters at the time.
Whoa.
Like they would play that
Dude.
before the movie.
That's so good.
Yeah. That's a really good commercial for non-smoking.
Yeah.
Thank you for not smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys remember when you could smoke in places?
I mean, a
Fuck.
few like restaurants and stuff, not the movie theater.
Yeah. I don't remember that. I'm just assuming you
probably
could
would,
smoke,
you old
You
ass
could smoke pretty
motherfucker.
much everywhere, but yeah. You go to Burger King and smoke while eating your Whopper.
remember that. Okay. It was great. They
Yeah.
had like tinfoil ashtrays. It was a shit.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I don't even smoke and I love that shit.
Yeah, it's awesome. How do you feel about smoking?
Yeah, whatever. People do it.
See, that's what's up. That's the
Yeah.
right answer. That's the right answer. But yeah, I don't know. It does. Now that you mention it, it does feel like a comic. Like it feels like a series of comic books. This
Yeah,
movie does.
and Frank Miller even makes a cameo in the movie as the scientist Frank.
Yeah. Does he even say anything? He says like one line.
I think he
maybe.
says Blue Velvet. Like,
Yeah.
you know, what's the name of this?
Oh
new
yeah, when
one?
they're making
Blue
the
Velvet, yeah.
new nuke or whatever.
So I think that Tom Noonan, Kane.
Yeah.
I think he's great in this movie. I don't think there's enough for him to like work with necessarily.
Yeah.
But I think he's great. I also just love him in everything. He was he was in, you said you didn't know who it was,
Yeah.
but he was in fucking House of the Devil, man.
Oh.
He's the big tall guy. He's the
Okay.
fucking,
He's the devil.
he is the devil. He's like the leader
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
It's his house.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He hires the babysitter.
Yeah. I got it.
He's bald.
I got it.
He has no hair on his head.
His name's Tom.
Yeah.
His name's Tom Noonan.
Got it.
No, but I think he's great. I
Yeah, he's
think,
very good in it.
And like I've watched some special features where he's like, I mean, I was more excited for this until I saw like the new script and stuff, and like I didn't like it, and just seemed like there wasn't enough for him to grab onto.
No, and I can get behind that because it seems like from an out again, it's hard to tell what point these things happen because we talked about before where I was like a little surprised that Starship Troopers 2 and 3 had the same writer as Starship Troopers 1.
Yeah.
And it was like, dude, so much shit happens from after pen goes to paper to movie gets made. And so it's hard to tell when exactly this kind of stuff happened, but it does seem to me like they had a bunch of ideas and they're like, well, let's just like use this one here, that one there, this thing does
It's
that.
weird. That's
that
how I
kind of
make
thing.
movies. That's exactly how I make movies.
But you don't make RoboCop movies.
I don't make if I were making a RoboCop movie, I would be way more prepared.
Yeah.
There are suits and explosions and stuff. You have to be very
There's a
prepared.
lot of things that
There are
there's
so
a lot of
many
things that happen.
My movies are just like white guys talking to each other. So
See? And I get that vibe where it's like I can imagine someone saying like, "Well, we already bought we already bought the exploding Camaro. We have to have the Camaro explode."
yeah.
We're like, "Well,
We already bought this building. We have to drive the car straight into it and explode it.
Someone walks in, they're like, "All right, well, I have the monster built," and it's like, "Oh, we got rid of the monster last."
That explains the motorcycle scene perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
He rides a motorcycle, and they were just like, "Well, we have this motorcycle.
He would look cool on it, probably. So
We have
better
the
put him
suit
on it.
design. We have the guy, the stunt double that can wear the suit and ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
We have to have him do
we
it.
have to have. It would be cool. Look, at
Otherwise,
RoboCop on a motorcycle.
Yeah, it looks hilarious.
It does look
It
hilarious.
looks so hilarious.
Bum, 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 bum.
I mean, the score is still real good.
Yeah.
I mean,
disagree.
granted, that's the same. Really, I like it.
No, I think that like
Oh.
when that is used,
Well,
but
yeah,
like
that's-
overall,
Oh, I didn't hate it.
it was just not as good to me.
Not
like,
as good,
like,
but it's a
my
different
problem-
guy doing it too.
My problem with this movie is that like it's like a typical sequel, and that like the first one is like dark and gritty,
Yeah.
and then the second one's kind of like goofy and like
Yeah.
slapsticky.
Oh, yeah.
That was one thing that stood out to me is maybe it's especially because of the kid related stuff where we have a bad kid criminal and we have like the little league robbing a store at one
Yeah,
point
yeah.
where it's like that kind of stuff to me like makes me go like this isn't PG-13
No,
like but I had
because there's a lot of gore in it too.
Yeah.
Still, there's
Yeah,
still
it's still very violent. And
but
everything.
it had that same moment to me like when I was watching Death Wish 5 where I was like why is it shying away from these things and pulling these kind of tricks when it's already showing tits. It's like
Yeah,
RoboCop
yeah.
2 is already blowing people away and like
smashing
swearing,
brains.
Yeah.
swearing like a sailor. It's like why is it having goofball fun times with little kids playing
Yeah.
in a fire
And I don't.
fire fountain
I'm not
hydrant.
necessarily
fire
a
fountain.
fire fountain.
hydrant.
Are you okay, man? Are you all right?
I guess it's a stroke or something.
Man.
Just keep going.
Guys, don't park in front of that fire fountain.
Fire fountain, man. Damn. But yeah, I'm not like necessarily against like goofy shit. It's just like it just seemed, I don't know, it just seemed out of place, I guess, in this movie. I don't know.
And
It was my bad ape.
It was your
God,
bad ape.
Bad ape.
Because I was okay
God
with it
damn
in the commercials and like
Yes,
the
yeah.
and the super satirical comments, like when the guy says something like, "This doesn't look good. Get our best spin teams on it." Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's goofy and ridiculous. Or like when the crazy lady joins CEO in the bathtub kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's funny and it's not serious, but it works. But then like RoboCop trying to read the Mirandas to a dead guy and Lewis being like, "Come on, RoboCop,
It's a corpse.
you're reading the Mirandas to a corpse, RoboCop."
And then he like looks at her,
Yeah.
looks back, looks at her, and then drops him.
yeah, and when he drops him, you can hear like whoop 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 in the background.
Yeah, it just gets
That
too-
kind of stuff stands out.
It doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right in this movie. And like I don't think it's like all over the place,
No,
but there's
it's
just
not.
like certain things that are like, are you making fun of RoboCop right now? Like what like, what the fuck is going on?
Now that happens in 3.
Yeah, 3
We're basically
is
just
a-
making fun of
Yeah,
it.
it's a mockery of.
And I should
RoboCop.
establish too, I do like this movie. I had a good time.
I had a good time,
and I
watching it
will
again.
watch it again.
Yeah,
And I will love it again.
but
I had
there's
a good
just
time.
like some goofy
But
shit.
yeah,
in it.
Yeah.
It's not its predecessor. Not at all.
Now I'm gonna jump on a Brian bandwagon and mention something that he mentioned to me earlier.
Another segment of Brian's bandwagon.
Brian's bandwagon.
Damn, that's a good
Yeah,
segment.
no, you mentioned that like one of your problems with the movie is that the villains aren't as good.
Oh, yeah.
as the original.
Yeah,
And I would
because we were
agree with
thinking
that.
about the first one with Kurtwood Smith, and not just him. Obviously, he is incredible
You
in
can't
the
beat
first.
him. You
No.
cannot
But
beat
even
him.
the rest of the guys were all awesome. The guy that gets fucking dumped with the waste and all that shit,
Yeah.
and like this one, they're just Kane is great.
Kane
But
is
he's
great.
the only. The
I
kid is
think-
good,
I
but
think
like
the
he's
kid
not.
is great too, but like I just don't think they're as
Yeah.
involved in the story as the
No.
first one.
Yeah.
And if they're involved in very unfun ways.
Yeah.
Like the kid's trying to give the money to the mayor so he can buy a city back, and he's
Yeah.
setting up a deal to allow him to. What the fuck am I even talking? Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to. It's ridiculous what the kind of stuff that the villain.
Can you
or some-
fly, Bobby?
Yeah.
There's none of that. There's
You
none of
burnt
that
the
shit.
money.
Yeah, God, dude.
The big villain to me in RoboCop 2 is OCP, and it's the,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the
Well, I mean,
big
they
CEO
are the big
guy.
villain of the
Yeah.
whole like
Yeah.
universe, basically.
And
It
it's,
is.
but again, they're not the kind. They are the ones that shouldn't be getting their hands dirty.
Yeah.
You should have Kane and little kid criminal and lady sidekick. They should be the
Criminal
ones.
and sidekick.
Criminal.
They
Kid
should be the
criminal,
ones
that's a
getting
good
their
name for
hands
something.
dirty and doing mean, gross things to people. But they really don't. They get involved in the politics and the game of it,
Yeah.
and they have like. And Kane even has an almost philosophical viewpoint of a lot of his stuff, comparing himself to Jesus.
Yeah,
where I'm
he's a-
like,
he's a
can't he
cult.
just be
He's a cult
cult
leader.
an
leader.
man.
asshole?
He's a cult leader.
I get it. I get it.
get it.
But it's like I want the structure and stability side to be. If Mike makes a movie segment,
Yeah.
the structure and stability villain, like the mafia villain, to be OCP, and then the maniac killer to be Kane,
Yeah.
who's just like the guy on the loose that RoboCop has to stop.
Yeah, Clarence Boddicker.
Clarence Boddicker, one of the greatest villains of all time. Maybe the greatest villain of all time.
Just give me my
Tigers are
fucking
playing
phone
tonight.
call.
God.
You know, I
Cops
never miss
don't
a
like
game.
cops don't like
Everything.
me. I don't like cops. Oh my god. Let's just start talking about the first RoboCop. The greatest movie that's ever been made. Holy
One
fuck.
of them.
Truth- No,
Nope.
it's the best.
The
like
the-
number one movie.
literally nothing wrong with them. You can agree that it's at least almost a perfect movie.
I'd say that everything they wanted to do, they did.
They did, and they did well.
Yeah.
It's a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's amazing,
And then we have RoboCop 2.
which is still pretty good.
It's
is
still
pretty
pretty good.
good. Yeah.
But it's like,
It's a sequel.
yeah.
It is a sequel.
It's a sequel, man. It's just
It's got sequel issues. It's just it.
it does. It has like the typical like by the book sequel 101 issues. Script, was rushed. Everything was rushed. It seems like they
Changed
had
100 times because they were trying to do
They were
the-
writing the day of shoots, The director and one of the main actors didn't really they weren't feeling it. And it's just like all this typical bullshit.
because they were like, "Ooh, let's make money again off the
Exactly,
movie."
and that's the whole thing. They made so much money from RoboCop, and they didn't expect it. So they were like, I'm pretty sure in one of the special features it says they had like 9 months from when they said they were going to make this movie till when it was going to get released.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a crazy.
Because there was like a
short amount of time.
3-year gap between the release, but I guess there's some leeway in there for saying like, "Holy shit, this made a lot of money. Let's start working on a
Yeah.
sequel."
It was some like I don't know if that's exactly what it,
It was
but
something
like
because I started
it was-
watching the making.
Yeah, it was
of, and
some
it
like
was real short.
It was a crazy short amount of time. Again, typical. Oh my god, we made so
Sequel.
much money.
Yeah.
We did a sequel right now.
Yeah.
I think they said they planned the third one too. Like, I don't think they
pretty
started.
sure.
They didn't go into production yet, but they were like, "We're making 2 sequels."
Yeah, that was mentioned when I was reading about the Frank Miller comic. Is it also incorporated some of his notes that he had been writing
Yeah.
for what would have been RoboCop 3 that never got made by
Because
him.
I think Orion, that's the studio or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they were like going bankrupt or something. So like
Yeah.
that's
yeah, they
why.
saved this.
Yeah.
RoboCop saved the studio.
That's why they were like,
And
"Oh,
then
we
you-
need money, so 2 RoboCops right now." And then
And then funny thing about Orion is that UHF ended up killing it. The Weird Al movie.
That is a good movie.
It is, but it came out like the same summer that like 2 other big movies came out, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and something
Yeah.
else, and it just did terrible at the.
I don't know that
At
it
the
ever
box
would have,
office.
even if it came out at a different time, it probably would not have saved anything.
Yeah.
It's
It was
It's good,
Orion's
but
best
yeah.
reviewed movie, like during test screenings and stuff like that, because I think it nailed the Naked Gun thing. But now we're talking about UHF. What am I doing?
Yeah.
yeah,
But
that's fine. Talk about
supplies.
it. It's a podcast, guys.
you're so stupid.
Fuck.
It's a podcast. We can talk about whatever we want to. We don't even have
Yeah.
to talk about RoboCop if we don't want to.
Yeah.
I kind of want to though. So
Yeah. I just want to.
it's a great universe.
It's very good.
What else you got to say, Brian? You got
That's,
lots of notes.
Most of my, I mean, I got a lot of things. I just, I got some negative stuff. So the animations look terrible.
Like which one? Like what are you talking
Most
about?
of like all of the green, like all the shit with at the end, basically.
With RoboCane.
Kane.
RoboCop
it all looks,
2.
It just
Sorry.
all looks real bad.
I think it looks pretty good.
I just, it's.
Like for the time, like
I
now.
don't.
If
Well,
it were,
I mean, it's
if
again
the movie
going
came
back.
out, if the movie came out yesterday, like
no,
yeah,
I
okay,
agree to that, but I mean, you go back and look at what they did with Ed 209,
Yeah.
and all that looked really good.
I'd say it's comparable.
I
Although
think
it's
it's
been a
pretty
while
comparable.
since
I feel
I've
like
seen the
it
first
looks.
one.
I just feel like it looked too obviously fake.
I think
maybe it was the backgrounds, or like when they're hanging off of the edge of the building, and like I don't know, it looks terrible.
The thing that got me was CG Kane face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where I'm
Yeah.
like, didn't need that. You could have just like had it open, it be the brain,
Yeah.
and it would be funny to me if someone went, Kane? Like looking at his eyes in a jar.
I think that scene is funny when it's just the brain in the eyes and
Yeah.
the like water.
They look
Oh,
angry.
yeah.
Yeah.
How do you make eyes look angry without
just
eyelids
eyeballs.
or eyebrows?
Yeah, it's just eyeballs. It's fucked up.
How do you make those
He's got
angry?
angry eyes.
He does, man. Angry Eyes. It's a good
I mean,
band
they're-
name.
There
Angry
are
eyeballs.
worse looking special effects in movies. I don't know.
They are definitely
There-
worse looking
there are-
special effects in movies.
I don't know. It just did not look great.
I don't know. I think it looks pretty, like Mike said, I think it's pretty comparable to the first one. I think maybe the first one, it was just done more tastefully. Like it wasn't shown as
Maybe
aggressively as the
Yeah.
second one. Because, the second one is like a typical sequel, like we were saying. It's just like, ah! Like it's that.
Yeah,
Like that's
well,
how you.
there's- I
I
guess
can
there-
explain this movie with, ah! It's just a bunch of shit thrown at you.
I think it was just like the background stuff like that, like when they were hanging from the building. Because I feel like when they were reintroducing the RoboCop 2s, like I was okay with most of those.
Yeah.
They didn't look
I
too
love those ones.
Well, I mean, I love them, but I mean, like the effects didn't look too terrible, like really bad.
Yeah.
But it was just like when he jumps on his back, he jumps off of like the van or whatever onto his
Oh,
back,
yeah, and you can tell that he's probably just like
Yeah.
getting nudged by some like guy holding up the back plate of RoboCop.
yeah, because he can't jump. That suit weighs
RoboCop 2,
fucking
fucker.
That suit weighs so much, which is why he walks everywhere. Because RoboCop can run.
Yeah, dude. I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen it happen.
like he's ideally he can move fast and stuff, but the suit weighs so much, so they just made him walk really slow in the movies. That's what happened.
You work with what you got.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
that
it's
is
fine.
what RoboCop 2 is. You work with what you got.
Yeah, basically.
Make it work. Make it work. Get
Now
it to
you
film.
said you
put it
said
on
you
sale.
have some negative things.
That was pretty much.
Oh,
most
okay.
of it.
Well,
the
I thought-
animation.
I mean, the motorcycle thing.
I
it
mean,
was-
that's funny.
It was funny, but it was so stupid. It comes back. Oh, we have this motorcycle. It's I guess just put him on it.
I kind of wish that just RoboCop just was on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Just that was just his thing.
He's not Judge Dredd though. That's
true.
Judge Dredd's
That's
thing.
true.
That's
Sorry.
totally, yeah.
Sorry. Get off my back, bro. Jesus. I had a lapse in judgment.
Yeah.
Fucking sue me.
Judgment.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part,
You know
we
what the
covered.
punishment is for killing a judge? Let me guess. Life? Death.
I wish there was a Judge Dredd sequel.
I mean, can't we do the remake?
I get
The remakes count.
Not really, but I mean,
we did
I guess
a
it's not really a
prequel.
remake though. It's just because the Judge Dredd universe is huge, so they were just like, oh, we're just making.
Another one.
Yeah.
we
So
could maybe. I don't know. I wish there was like a Judge Dredd 2 though. Like
Yeah.
that would be great.
yeah.
God, I fucking love Judge Dredd.
It's a really good time.
Mr. I am the law.
I am the law. I never broke the law. I am the law.
That one's
Rob
really
Schneider
bad.
is really good in that movie. That's his best movie. That's his best fucking movie.
I don't know. Have you ever seen Surf Ninjas with Leslie Nielsen?
Oh
That's true.
yeah.
That's true.
Surf Ninjas is great.
I thought you were gonna say The Animal, but
Or Deuce Bigelow.
Deuce
or
Bigelow,
Hot
Male
Chick.
Gigolo. Yeah, I mean, there's a plethora of
Fantastic.
late '90s to early 2000s Rob Schneider
and all his
joints.
cameos in Adam Sandler
Yep,
movies.
yep.
I mean, those are good.
Yeah.
He's a very good
his
cameo
character
guy.
in The Big Daddy is probably my favorite thing about Big Daddy.
The Big Daddy.
The Big Daddy, the
Hip
RoboCop
Hop
2.
Anonymous?
I love Big Daddy.
Hippopotamus?
Big Daddy. Is
Why do you
like
give
a-
him all the easy ones?
I think he's a good character actor in that universe. at
Alex,
least.
I broke your smoking lamp. Yeah, he's a great like 1 or 2 line guy.
Yeah.
We should do a fucking Rob Schneider appreciation episode where we just
should.
talk about all the great things Rob Schneider's done.
Yeah. I think
mean,
we
do
just
we-
did.
Yeah,
Okay.
we pretty much did.
That was great. I had a good
Yeah,
time.
that was-
Thank you guys for doing that for me.
We'll re-release that as its own episode.
Yeah, its own little segment. The Rob Schneider appreciation
That also
episode.
had Diesel in it.
What?
Grandma's Boy. Diesel was in it.
Oh yeah. Grandma's Boy's tight.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Is there a sequel to that?
No, there's not.
We should make it.
We should make a sequel to Grandma's Boy. Call
Yeah.
it Great Grandma's Boy.
Yeah. Grandma's dead. That's what
Grandma's,
Grandma's
funeral.
dead.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad.
Oh, that's sad. You guys got anything else to say about this fucking movie?
Not really.
I can give it a
think
thumbs up.
we covered.
Oh
most of
shit!
it.
Right off the bat, he's giving it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Robocop tip.
So what's your reasoning for this? Why the thumbs up?
Well, it's because I had a good time.
What's the deal?
Who are these people?
That's
No,
it.
I liked
That's
it. I liked it. It was a good one. It's not as good as the first one, but what
Not-
is?
It's nowhere near as good
By
as
a
the first
long
one.
shot.
Yeah.
What is?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing
So it's
is
like
as
you
good.
know, you ain't gonna live up to daddy, little boy. So you just gotta do the best you can. And you know what? He did better than I thought he would. You know, especially given the circumstances of the production.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shitty shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna also give it a thumbs up. I came into this podcast thinking that I was gonna give it a thumbs down because I watched it. I haven't watched it for a couple of years,
Yeah.
and I liked it a lot less than I remembered that I liked it.
Same.
And I was just like, I don't know, man. I don't know about this movie. But then we talked it through, and I was like, I think I like this.
I still
movie.
enjoyed it. Yeah,
I had a
still-
good time
yeah.
watching it. It's just
Yeah, I did nothing but talk about things I hated. I still liked it.
yeah,
Even the things I hated, I
It's
liked.
a great time. RoboCop is such a great character.
Yeah.
It's a good universe. It's a little too wacky in this one, but
But it's
you
still
know,
like they
Still-
kept a lot of the super violence,
yeah, they did.
which was cool.
Yeah, it's tight.
And then they just did some goofy shit.
Yep.
Yeah. No kids get blown away. That would have been cool.
I mean, he dies.
He
He's
dies,
all,
but
he's
it's
all,
like-
it's
he's all
so
like-
cool.
he's
But
all-
I wanted to see
He died in money.
the office boardroom meeting scene
Yeah,
with the
with him,
ED-209
yeah.
with a little kid.
Yeah.
That would have been
Did he
fucked
just
up.
say ED-209?
He did.
Son of a bitch.
Ed 209, whatever.
Ed 209.
I know what it is. I just say it wrong.
Fuck you, bitch.
I mean, he calls it the RoboCop.
The RoboCop 2.
I've said so many things wrong today.
He also called it
And
a fire
always.
fountain.
You are fucked, man.
I got a fucked up mouth brain thing.
So,
Are you
Brian,
on drugs right now?
Brian,
Thumbs
God
up.
damn it.
Brian, are you a thumbs up?
I am a thumbs up.
Why?
What?
Because it's a good movie.
Explain yourself.
I love RoboCop.
RoboCop, that is something that
Explain yourself.
I love RoboCop.
RoboCop is definitely one of my favorite things
Yeah.
on earth ever. He's actually, I mean, look, he's right there.
He's
on
on
my
your phone.
He's
Your,
right
your,
on my phone.
Your name on things. On
Is
some things.
RoboCop.
RoboCop.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do love RoboCop. But I was prepared to give it a thumbs down, but then I just talking about it, I was like, I liked it. What do I
No,
mean?
that's what happened
Yeah.
during Alien Covenant for me. I walked
Yeah.
out of there going, "This is a thumbs down," and then we talked about it all day, and I'm like, you know what?
I liked it.
Fuck it. Fuck my opinion.
And I think we will have to do RoboCop 3 at some point.
Yes.
That's what my original plan was, but then I was like,
Or we could do the Prime directives.
We
'cause
could.
Those are movies.
we could.
And they're
There's
on
a
Amazon
whole-
Prime.
There's a whole nother thing
It's
going
not Peter
on.
Weller. They're made
mean,
in
the
like
third
two,
one's
they're
not
made in like
Peter Weller,
two-
but-
yeah. They're made in like 2000 or something. They're called Prime. I think they're Canadian.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they're called
like
RoboCop
TV
Primer
movies or
Directives.
something?
Yeah,
Man.
but they're movies.
How many of them are there?
4.
Jesus.
Jesus.
I've actually never seen them,
Jesus.
but I need to watch them.
You know what we should do? I just had an idea. So I don't want to do remakes, like, for the most part.
Yeah.
But I think we should have, like, special episodes where, like, fuck it. We're going to do a remake just because we want to. But it needs to be, like, we need to have a good reason. It can't
Yeah.
just be like, oh, we're going to do this remake. There needs to be a good reason.
Yeah.
So let's do RoboCop at some point. Let's do the RoboCop
I don't know
remake.
if we have that much to actually say about it.
I feel like I could fill
Maybe
up.
we could tack it on to RoboCop 3.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. That's what I
Yeah.
mean, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like neither of those have much to
Yeah.
say about them.
He flies.
I know they're
Bum,
making
bum,
a,
bum,
they're making a
bum,
toy of
bum,
it. and I'm gonna
bum,
buy it.
Bum, 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 bum.
We'll be back for more.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Back for more.
Oh, what you know, another